Calm, calm, calm. Where's my coffee? There's some problem with my coffee. It should always be within a few inches of my right hand. Not over there, but right here. God damn it, you were thinking about me? Happy thoughts? Happy thoughts, I hope you're thinking. Happy thoughts. How's your voice today? Well, look at that. The Three Stooges are here. I get to be Curly. You guys are welcome to come in and chat if you'd like. I'm trying to figure out how my various lighting that I've now added to my little corner could work. Well, sure. Let's. It's always good to see your pretty faces, regardless of whether you can talk. Invite. Copy to clipboard. Copied. Edit. Paste. Paste. Chat. It's time for the wide angle, Mr. DeMille. Pisciarello. Oh, look, you're in bed.
Hi. Hi, how are you all?
We're fine. Shall we have the priest come in and give you the last rites? You do.
Oh, please.
You do look a little whatever.
I look like I've been shagged through a hedge backwards. That's how I feel. Like, it's just, yeah. So I went to the doctor today, and I had a camera put up my nose and down my throat to see my vocal cords, because I have 3 nodules and a nodule on the other side of my vocal cords, and they're extremely enlarged, to the point that they took biopsies because my doctor is also an ENT, so an ear, nose, and throat doctor, and he said that they look like they could be cancerous.
Oh no.
So it's all about whether the vocal cords, if things have spread to like the larynx and further up.
Yeah.
So it's just a part of it. But I'm doing okay. Like, I've got next to no voice.
Well, silent movies will come back someday,
One day. But the thing is that I know sign language, and so I could communicate with my people that I have at this house.
Okay. So how do you how do you say in sign language, "Oh Lord Jesus Christ," before you do that with your. Okay. Well,
Yeah, but that's the Australian version, just so you
okay. I
know.
think that's enough. We only need to see the mm, mm, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Well, I will cross all of my fingers for your
Oh,
speedy and safe diagnosis, and so that they can just say, we've got this a new a side effect we've just discovered of Effextinol
oh
is
Lord.
it'll get rid of your nodules
No, it won't.
without without a nodulectomy.
Well, I mean, I've got my distribution center for Effexinol in Texas, California, and soon to be New Zealand.
Oh, okay. Well, New Zealand is close.
Well, New Zealand is an island that no one really puts
I see.
business in, so we're going to do that to bring jobs. And then I
I
don't know
see.
where our next distribution center is going to be. No idea.
Okay. Well, as long as you can get them quickly, we'll
Yes.
be happy for you.
Yes, Effexinol. I'm all comfy in bed. This is not my typical streaming situation.
Location, locale.
Yes. I'm just I just can't be bothered.
Well,
Like
stay there. Do you have, will Ninja bring you breakfast in bed and things like that?
no, the ninja's asleep as of half an hour ago, so it's 8:05 p.m. on a
Oh,
school night. He
oh,
goes to sleep at 7 to 7:30 every night,
oh. Well, that's my schedule for sleep.
and then he wakes up at 7:30 a.m.
That's a good long. Well, I don't imagine he falls asleep immediately, but
Oh no, he does. Like he is
oh,
like I remember we were on a plane on a business trip, and he was like cuddled up with me, and within maybe 4 minutes he was asleep.
okay.
And it's
Well,
just like, I wish.
you wish. Okay.
I wish.
Where did my coffee go? Where's my coffee? My coffee.
Your coffee is in the reheater.
It's right here.
Okay. So when will you hear back about the biopsy and whatnot? In 2 weeks, Effexinol. And he goes, I'm not sure what else to say other than we'll be able to support you in any way we can. Oh, thank you, Mitch. I really, really appreciate that. And the Gustafin, am I saying it right?
Gustafson.
Gusta.
Son.
Yeah, just Pierre. The Pierre army will, be there for me, I'm assuming.
Yeah. We're crossing our fingers as best we can.
Thank you.
While I'm fixing pens and screaming at my computer. But
well, I'm going to allegedly I'm going to get you a new computer.
Oh no! You don't have to do that, please. I was joking that if you do that, then you have to get me all the new software and stuff, because
that's
everything
okay.
I'm running. We'll figure out a way where you can support me with the bank by me providing you services.
Because I heard that you guys were talking about like the Photoshop and how it has to be a subscription.
Yeah. No, it's not just the subscription, Schiavello. It's that the new Photoshop, everyone is being fancier and adding more bells and whistles that I don't use and I don't need. So I like the Photoshop I'm using. I don't need to have it do anything different than what I have. And this computer is fine too. This does. I just when it turned on, it was all white, so I
Do you
panicked.
know what you maybe should do is get some compressed air in a can and then open up your computer and then get all the dust out because it may be overheating.
Yeah.
The dust may be doing I can't pronounce the word, electromagnetic,
Yeah.
static. So
Okay.
maybe that could be an idea. And
Well, I probably could have that looked at by. I don't know how to. This is all. I don't think this has a thing you can unscrew and take off the back of it.
What kind of Mac?
It's one of those big fat screen Mac things. I don't know what kind it is.
Oh, so it has a screen built in.
Yeah, it's a big screen.
So it's an iMac.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean they're easy to do that with, just so you know.
Okay. Well, there's a guy that repaired my iPhone when I threw it across the room.
I can do that for you.
So we'll see. Anyway, we'll talk. Don't worry. I want you to you can stay and watch our pretty conversation and everything, but you don't have to use your nodules.
That's okay. Like I've just like effects, because I was watching the 4-hour stream that you guys had, and like it was Mitch saying how he did something for his brother and that the memory was the day of to send back to Amazon or something like that. But I will like I'm very IT savvy as well, building computers to make a living. At one point when I was this is going to be, I don't know, a little bit shocking. I was homeless for 6 months, living under a bridge with my child.
There has to be a movie made about you with again, you can pick anyone you want to play you, and you can go from rags to riches to bridge to ninja to all this stuff. I think it would be fascinating. No one would believe it, of course, but
well, that's the thing, is that like I feel that when I explain myself, like I've always had in the family, like my family, that it's I'll have photos, I'll have videos, I'll have any like evidence of everything.
Every yes.
And it'll be like, well, that didn't happen, and it's like,
oh, here it is. Here's the signed affidavit.
Exactly. Here's the NDA. Here's my lawyers. Here's the bank statement for the jet. Like, what more do you want? And this is serious.
Okay. Well, it's very nice. Now, Frederick.
Sorry.
Your spouse is saying, your spouse to be.
No, fuck you.
I design wedding invitations, by the way, boys.
I know. Do you know what I've been drilled into my head that sounds nefarious? Is that I am not going to have anyone else but Pierre.
Okay. Well, we can if we need to trade services for a new computer, that's what it will be. Anyway, so this is what I want you to do, though. Don't strain. Yes, this is what I want you to do.
Okay.
You're over. Oops, you're over there. You're right there. I don't use your voice. You can use this is good or yes or okay. This is no or fuck you. You see?
This is fuck you.
Okay. So you have it all figured out. So you can be part of the conversation without having to strain yourself.
Or as Russell was doing the other night, apparently, according to Frederick, was like the nose tap.
Oh yeah, he was doing the Italian sign language.
Like, do people understand what that means?
I didn't understand, but
okay. Well, so a nose tap where it's straight,
yeah,
is
Oh, do I? Yeah, it's like lying, right?
No, it's like I'm gonna keep coming for you. Like, I'm
Oh, I
gonna
see.
put you in cement bricks.
I
But
see.
ready for it?
Okay.
If it's like this, it is called Our Little Secret. It's like our secrets that don't. And then there's another one where it's like, I can't remember. Oh yeah, this one in, like a gang. Like if someone went like that,
Okay.
it would be like, you know, this guy is
Is
trouble, or this
is
guy
his
is no good.
um I heard that when I mean this is not gang related sign language. This is more polite conversation with Italians, that when you touch your nose, it it means that you don't believe the person who's telling you something because they're
Yes.
lying. It's like Pinocchio, the nose is going to get big or something.
Like, I mean, I'm assuming like someone that is usually on this stream.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I shouldn't have said that. I apologize about
I
my
don't know.
mansion.
Anyway, let me do this. I'm going to zap more coffee in my zapper. And I'll be
You know what? Who are you, Pierre?
yeah,
I
I'm
got
Pierre.
so I've got so many names.
Yeah.
I was about to call you Benjamin, Frederick. I'm gonna get you a electric tea kettle.
Oh, no, no, don't, no, no, please. I'm perfectly fine the way I am. I have a coffee maker. This is yesterday's coffee that I drink.
That's okay.
So I'll be right back. Don't go away.
But I'm definitely going to get you. I
Okay,
think
okay,
I'm going to get you a laptop, like a MacBook laptop
okay,
that you can connect all your screens to,
okay.
and it's going to like all your Photoshop things will work no matter what.
Okay, well, let's talk about
Pump
this
the
another time
How about we
when
pump the
your nodules
brakes,
are working. I'll send you a list. Okay, I'll be right back.
and then I'll send you an invoice.
Okay.
Or yellow pens. But hi Effextinel. I heard that you miss me like crazy. Well, not crazy, but you miss me, and so on and so forth. I uh yeah, I just couldn't do a stream because doing extreme damage, well, not extreme, but damage to my voice. Um I previously, like, I had nodules removed, and I had to learn how to speak again, and I lost my singing voice because I used to do singing, and I used to do like Broadway stuff, and um, but I did miss you. I kept coming on stream, and we never met up when you were on while I was asleep or taking the kid to school, and then I get back, and it would be like Pia is offline, and I'm like, you know what? There's always tonight for me. These people must think I'm like, well, we certainly don't want you to do any more damage to your voice. I want to keep hearing your cool accent. You want to hear my cool accent? That really hurt. I don't have an accent. I'm waiting for it. Yes, you do. Don't do that. Well, like, well, what are you going to do about it, FXNL? You're in Dayton, Ohio. Like, what? What? What are you going to do? I'm just kidding. But I did miss FXNL, I must say. But I am looking after my voice like the salt water and things like that, and antibiotics. So I am looking after myself. Oh, Frederick will probably put like a, I don't want to trigger anyone, but like a Hiroshima bomb on top of me. Like, and if I don't, you know, look after my voice, I forgive the comparison, but I couldn't think of another comparison. Rest in peace to all those. Frederick, though, I'm not sure. Oh, Frederick will mess me up.
My coffee is zapped. I thought maybe I'd do something different. I have a very beefy, muscular-backed model from London somewhere who sent me a picture that he wants me to draw. So I thought I would draw it here for you. Would you like to watch that?
I would absolutely love that.
Okay, let me see if I can do that. So let me first get my iPad over here.
Because I've never seen you really draw like live, as in, except for those cowboys. He's gone. He's somewhere in the fire hazard. That's right. I'm laying down the law. Yes, you're laying down the law, but don't forget who's boss. How could I ever forget, my dear? Exactly. Exactly. Don't forget I'm the boss. Just a quick question. Hold on. I know Schiavello fancies himself a wild and untamed spirit, but Frederick is going to have to put in overtime to make sure Parker takes it easy and has a chance to heal. Oh, of course. I mean, I will heal. Like I'm, like the benefit of my household is that my person.
Okay.
I was just going to quickly say that my I'm just responding to FX and all, that my family friend who's Russian, who thinks Russell speaks Klingon,
Yeah.
lives with me, and he knows sign language. And then my son, who has 10% hearing, obviously knows sign language. So it's a way of me resting my voice is that I can sign. And yeah, so it's kind of like if I want to, like I brought my friend Ronan, who to the doctors today because I could hardly speak, and so Ronan was my translator. Anyway,
Okay.
let's draw this sexy model.
Well, he is evidently a model from London of some sort, and
Aren't they all?
aren't they all? And he has so what I'm using this app called Sketch Club, which I
love
love
it.
because it allows me to record as well the videos,
like in like a time lapse.
like a time lapse, and it allows me to completely fill in huge areas of shape and color, and I like that part of it because I'm fucking lazy, impatient, and so I like that aspect of going very quickly. And the other drawing apps that I see don't have this tool. And
Right.
this is supposed to look like this guy's muscular back, but it looks like a bunch of shite as far as I can tell. So I have to figure out how to.
Did
thing is,
you end up? Sorry, did you end up getting to your to-do list, Pia?
Oh, of course not. My to-do list is never done. And I got a call from a friend of mine who was he was wondering if I was okay because I did half of his job and ended up not doing the other half. Now you're probably wondering, in what way is this a sexy guy from
It looks like a
London?
fox.
It looks like a fox. Okay. So what I do now, usually I build up a little bit with a light,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will go back and darken it and then build it up again. One of the problems
Wow.
with this with translating an image on my phone that I'm drawing from to this thing, this proportion is not exactly the same. So I'm sort of cropping the thing I'm looking at in my brain, and proportions can go wrong. So anyway, this guy is facing away from us, and you don't see it, but he's sitting on a bed, and he is sort of slightly leaning back. I'm gonna add the background, which is light, just so you can see what the fuck is going on here more easily.
Language.
What the heck you can see more easily. So here's his shoulders.
Oh my god, it's really coming together.
And here's his arm. And his other arm is over here.
Pia, you have unparalleled talent, honestly.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. So here's that. That's crazy. Now, effects and all, we'll keep adding more little tiny details, and then there'll be a little surprise at the end.
Oh
Because I
no.
know how much we like surprises. We have to continue to shock the children in the audience.
Is this the guy that was on the Blumpkin?
Yes, the Blumpkin. He's not receiving a Blumpkin.
Have you?
Have I received a Blumpkin? No, I have not received a Blumpkin.
Or no comment?
No, I will categorically say to the entire world watching my channel that I am a Blumpkin virgin.
Same.
Both on the receiving end of a Blumpkin and the giving end of a Blumpkin. How about that?
I like that. Yeah.
I don't want to have it be. It's like when Oscar Wilde was being charged with being a practicing homosexual. He should have said, I do not need the practice.
Hold on. Are those hands on his butt cheeks? Just
see, I knew you would go right to the gutter.
no, because it just hit me. Like it was just like I thought they were shadows.
They are hands, and guess what? They're not his hands.
No, someone's like
someone else's is
someone's fluffing him.
That's it. That's the word. That's what we use in polite society.
Yeah, there's always a fluffer on set of certain sets. Allegedly.
Well, you need to have those things be made happy for the close-ups,
Right.
So there's a back, sort of. Let's see if I can fix this any better. Am I? Someone's having lunch. Yes.
Who's having lunch?
Well, I'm
What?
reading Frederick's comment.
Frederick, you don't eat. Like, so who's having lunch?
The person with the fingers, the
Ah,
man that owns the man that owns the two thumbs. There's the
see,
thumbnail.
yeah.
He's having lunch.
It's, oh, got protein smoothie. Oh, stop it, Parker. Why?
Why, Parker? Why are you doing this?
Why?
So anyway, so here's one drawing, and it sort of is nice. So let me do a side view, not of the same image, but
I like that.
But a different one. So now we go over here. What I'm going to do is just continue to draw. I'm using a different layer,
Right.
but I'm drawing the next image he sent me.
Can I ask a question? It might be a bit inappropriate, and you do not.
Nothing's inappropriate in my.
No, but you don't have to answer.
I don't have to. I never have to answer anything.
I know. But doing this for this person, is it costing them for you to do this?
No, it's not costing me to draw them either. So we trade services, as it were.
Oh my. Okay.
I get my protein. If you want to use that term.
What?
I get really? Well, you were talking about the protein lunch. I get something, and so does the model. The model gets my rendition of them,
right?
And they enjoy it. Many people. There was one guy that was texting me, and he saw that I drew, and he wanted to be paid to be a model. So I looked at his pictures on Instagram, and I said okay, and I sort of could see that there was little ability to take a selfie that made it even look vaguely interesting. But I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and I said, well, you're going to have to pose, stay in the same pose for 3 hours for someone. Yes, can you do that? Is that something you can actually physically do? And he seemed to think he could. So I said, okay, can you take a pose like this? And there's a fellow artist that I've drawn many times who also is an extremely good, talented sculptor. And he's essentially a human pretzel. And
like Russell?
Like Russell can be a human pretzel as well. I've drawn him, and he's drawn me, and I'm hardly a human pretzel. I'm sort of like a human dumpling. a large sized dumpling.
Yeah.
And anyway.
I think you're perfect, so stop it.
Okay, well, thank you. Anyway, I said, I sent this picture of this guy who's, again, the sculptor, and, he's leaning over on his back. It looks like it's almost impossible to take the pose, let alone be still for a little bit of time. And he seemed to think he could do that. And I said, okay, well, why don't you do that? I'll send you a picture later. So he said,
Mitch says, sorry if I'm being quiet, but as a hetero guy, I have absolutely nothing useful or informed to add to this particular discussion. Laugh out loud.
Well, you can imagine, if you want, imagine that I'm drawing some sort of busty dame.
Or you could just talk to me.
So but the point was, he sent me. I said, can you take, hold a pose for 3 hours? And he said, well, I can't do it because I live at home and someone will see. Okay, well, so much for you being a fucking professional. You know, you can't do this for 10 minutes when mom is out shopping. You have to be able to do it when an artist wants to do it. So anyway, he sent me pictures he took of himself under the covers of his bed. So, and I said, okay, whatever, I'll draw it tomorrow. But
Can I ask a question?
yeah,
I see what's happening, but has this picture turned into another picture?
I'm just drawing on top of the other picture. So
Okay, you know
So-
me, like I'm a bit, yeah.
So here his back is here, his head is here, his eyeball is right there.
Hi, Mighty Mouse. Hello, Cash.
Oh, Kesh.
No.
So I'm drawing a naked man, Kesh. So don't be alarmed.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mighty Mouse, I got a question for you actually. Are you so Mighty Mouse is Canada? Yes, no?
Born in Canada.
Okay. Are you a male or a female? I just don't know when to be like, Sir Mighty Mouse or Madam Mighty Mouse has joined. I just, yeah. Denmark, okay. Dank de Val. Female, okay. I know some Dutch.
I can tell. Well, I mean,
You can tell.
I mean, you said something that sounded vaguely Dutch. It didn't sound English.
So Dank de Val is thank you very much. Because like I was asking a question, so I got an answer. So I was like, Dank de Val, thank you very much.
I see. Good. So do I need to add more color to this?
Yeah. You know what I
We'll
would like
just
to
add some
a
blue.
little bit blue. We're on the same wavelength, Pia.
Well, okay. Now let's see. Here's his.
Yes, that's changed it astronomically. It's given it more
oomph. There's more oomph. I've oomphified it.
Are you going to give him junk?
His junk is, I guess you do see a little bit of junk there.
Yeah, but don't. I mean, Mitch is probably going to be like, oh, da, 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 da. But it's okay, Mitch. Affection, I will fix it.
There's a little nipple there going on.
Yes.
Need that.
Like, people would pay thousands for this, Pia.
Huh?
People would pay thousands for you to do this for people.
Well, you'll be my manager. How about that?
I'll be your pimp, sure.
You'll be my pimp. Okay, so there's that one. Let's see if there's anything else I can add. Again, the difference between this guy and the guy that wants to be a model and get paid for it. I mean, he doesn't care about being a model. He just wants to get money.
Okay.
For doing it. And that's not. I said I've never paid for a model in my life. I've drawn thousands of guys who want me to draw them because they think I'm good and they like to see how I would render them.
Yes.
And
yes, Cash, I am unwell, like extremely. So I sound different. Thank you. How are your 3 women going? End of story. But yes, I like what you're doing, like Pia, like it's
okay,
really.
I've got another one of him.
Are you gonna add that to Instagram?
I will, and this is a front view.
Oh.
And he has lots of washboard abs going on here. So
so do I. I have a 6-pack, so
I have a much more modern body type than you. I've got like a keg, a half
You
keg.
you've got a dad bod.
I have a half keg body. Okay, I'm going to start this one with it being that color rather than black.
How about we go maybe like a red back, like red, maybe. I
Red, you
don't know.
want me to start with red?
Yeah, because it grabs the eyes. There we go. It grabs the eyes, and then do it in like mainly like grays and light like blacks and grays
Well,
and
I'm not.
pastels.
I'm more of a realist than you're making me out to be. So I'm going to sort of draw it using kind of the colors. I do other things that are really crazy with lots of other colors, but here I'm gonna sort of stick with his actual tones. But I can show you. So here's his hand. Here's his leg in the front.
Affectional has said, I actually like Pierre's artistic style quite a lot,
Oh,
despite the depictions of nude men and all of that. Of course, I prefer nude women, but hey, to each their own.
Yeah. Well, I can draw nude women for you too, if you'd like.
Well, how about that, Mitch? And Mitch said just before that, I am 100% alive and let live. Hold on, let live type of. Hold on. I live. Hold on. Whoa. I live and let live type person. You do you and I do me. I bet you do. But
So
see,
here I'm adding
incredible.
blue, sort of as shadow, and so there's the shadow of his quite handsome face here that's coming down. Here's his chest, his washboard abs, which I will make slightly more pink.
Excuse me, I apologize.
Don't apologize.
Effects no goes, come on, Parker. I in quotation marks. I bet you do. Wasn't necessary, was it? I don't know. I am so medicated. Like, I apologize in advance to anyone I offend, or I did not have sexual relations with that woman. That's my apology.
I see. Depends on your definition of is. What your definition of is.
I apologize.
I apologize.
By now, Mitch. I know, Mitch. Like I like to like poke fun at him, and he pokes fun at me.
Clinton, you're on speaking terms with President Clinton.
Which one?
Well, which one? Which President Clinton? Well, the one that was elected, duly elected twice.
Unfortunately, but I like Hillary.
Okay.
Sorry, it's getting political.
Okay, you can get political.
But I honestly like this is going to be because Joe Biden's mental state allegedly is going down the tubes.
Well,
and so
it's
Kamala,
yep,
is going to be the first African American bits, which is Italian for multiple different like how I'm Italian, Croatian
ethnicity.
And so she's going to be within, I say, the 6 months. She's going to be the first female president, and black female first president at that. But
that's your prediction.
That's my prediction. That's my opinion. That's my unsolicited.
Your hope. That's your hope. On top of the prediction.
It's all allegedly, people.
People, it's alleged. It's not true. It's not true, people.
It's not true. It's
alleged. Not true. It's
I
a
can't
lie,
do it.
people. It's a hoax.
It's a hoax. Oh, fuck my life.
So how's that for colorful?
I really like that. Like, I
Okay.
think maybe a little black shading in, like, under, like, the abs a little bit, just so they kind of have, like, shadow. Sorry
Well,
to be telling you how to do stuff like,
no, I'm gonna not use black. I'm gonna use
okay.
dark blue. How about that?
Like, I mean, I showed you some of my art, and you know, I'm gonna post it to my Instagram.
Okay.
You know, I'm very a sucker for detail.
I don't remember seeing your art, but
It was my alien art.
oh yes. I remember now.
So, and it's very intricate, like where I drew it out with fine liner,
Mm-hmm.
fine liner, I think it's called, just black. And then I went in with watercolor pencil and then went over it so meticulously,
Okay.
and so on and so on. Frederick just said, I'm pushy, pushy, pushy with you.
Okay, the last photo he sent me is and this is going to be bright pink background. How about that for
I like that. You know what? I like that. It's colorful because it grabs people's eyes and then they want to look at it and investigate it.
Well, it's only pink for a moment, but this one is fun. You'll see why I chose pink in a minute.
Is this boobies?
No.
Oh, well, affectional needs, you know, something.
You need something. I need to get a dame in here for him to be happy with.
Well, oh no, I can't say that. I'm on the internet. I was going to say, why don't we get Miss Marilyn? Allegedly. Don't sue me. Well, you can't. But in your, you know, children's ward pregnant scrub smock that you had on, that is illegal to be able to do that. It's just like me dressing up as someone in the military and claiming I'm in the military. No, 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 no. You know, you would have got that at like the 99-cent thrift store.
Well,
Whoa. But, you know, it's just how, like, it was offensive to me being a doctor who works with children.
I
I was
see.
just like, she's wearing a children's ward smock slash scrubs that is made for pregnant women due to, I'm assuming, the size wouldn't fit her of a normal smock, so she had to go for a pregnant size. But
you were just mean.
I'm not mean. I'm just honest, and I observe.
Okay.
I like Marilyn.
Uh-huh.
Like, no one get me wrong. Can someone ask Pierre to add me? Waiting while backstage. Well, Cash, hold on. Hold on. Like, I just.
Okay. I get you.
You get me?
No, I'm getting cash.
Okay, all right. But did you say you're bored?
Oh, add this stream. Okay, Cash, you're on.
I was just waiting when here will actually see me, and you know.
I'm drawing a picture, Cash. I'm not looking up at all. So
I know you're a bit too much involved with the imaginative character that you're sketching.
This person is a real person. See?
Who's that? Is that Parker?
This is not Parker. This is someone that sent me pictures. He's a model from London, and he is sending me pictures to draw of him. In this particular picture, Cash and everyone else, he is quite wrapped up, shall we say, in, let me just,
How did he find you from London?
he sees drawings I put on Instagram. But these are drawings that I do that I don't think you've seen. I don't think you subscribe to this version of me, Kesh.
No, I would like to subscribe to the other version which makes nude woman portrait.
Your father does?
No, I'm saying I would like to subscribe to the other version of you where you
The
make
other version, yeah, the other version on the other in the alternate universe where I draw nude women. Well, you and Effextinol would want me to. I've done them. I've drawn them, and I will.
Have you never drawn them?
I have, yes. I've drawn them in real life where they have posed in a class for me, and I have drawn them on the interweb. People have sent me pictures of them, and I've drawn them. Oops, I don't want that. I want this color. So this person is tied up. That's what you're seeing me draw right now. So it's his back, his muscular back again, and he is bound by
He's also
someone.
a model?
Huh?
Is he also a model?
He is a model from London, yeah, and he is drawing. I mean, he's posed. I'm sure he poses for real artists. I mean, artists that he will go to the studio, or they'll go to his studio or a class, and he'll pose. But there are people that are not professional models that I've also drawn. So it's fun. There's a guy from Mumbai that I've drawn many times, Kesh. And I drew him. It turns out I drew him 10 years ago, and he found me on YouTube, and he said, you drew me 10 years ago. Do you want to draw me some more? And I said, sure. So he's posed.
So you do know more people other than me in Mumbai.
I know more people than you in Mumbai, even though you live there. I know 2 people in Mumbai. That's it.
That includes me.
I'm sure you know more than 2.
I know only one guy in Boston, and that's you.
Well, I know that, but I mean, I don't
Except for a couple of friends who later on went to Boston to study.
I see. Okay. So am I done with this one? No, I have to add more. I'll add light blue. So I'm almost done with, this is the last drawing he sent me. So what I'm going to do is show you what it looks like when you see it being made.
How much time does it take for you to finish a portrait?
To finish up this one? Well, this is the 4th drawing I've made. When did I start doing this, you guys?
No, in general.
I'm sorry, what?
In general, how much time it takes for you?
To do a drawing like this?
10
minutes, maybe. Oops, didn't mean to do that.
That's if it pays you well, then that's not bad for 10 minutes of work. If it's paying you well.
I don't get paid at all. So
really,
but I'm doing this for fun. If someone asked me, if they said, I want you to draw exactly this pose, and I want you to draw it on paper, and I want you to send me the drawing of it, then I say, okay, that's $50 or $100 or whatever it might be. And that takes longer because I have to tell the person, I said, well, if you want me to draw this and you want to buy it from me, I want to make sure that the image you sent me is good enough for me to draw. I'm happy to draw, for free. I'm happy to do crappy drawings for them. If they send me a crappy picture, I'll do a crappy drawing. But if they want to pay me, I want to make sure that the drawing is good, and I want to make sure that the picture is good. So, like the guy that took his picture, brought his camera under the covers of his bed to take a picture. Of course, it looked awful. I mean, he might have been cute, but the picture was awful.
But why do you do it for free?
Because I'm a nice guy. I'm either nice or stupid, or both.
Hi
I
guys.
think you should charge for anything you do if you're good at it.
Okay. So, well, I mean, another thing is this guy that I'm drawing, he charges money for posing for people. So he's essentially giving me his services for free, and I'm giving him my services for free. So, in a sense, we're trading. Okay, so there that is. So let me stop the camera, and now you can see the 4 drawings being drawn. So let's start it up again here. So here's the first one, the nice muscular back. And then that's the, that's the side view. For some reason it got flipped. Sometimes they do that. The recording is reversed for some reason. And that's the last one.
You're incredible, Pia. You really are.
Okay, so let me see. Let me now save these. And I don't have to put my smiley faces on these because there's nothing that's really bad.
FX Technol says looks like some bondage type stuff Pia is doing right now.
That's what? What is that right now?
Yeah.
The bondage stuff, yes. The one of the pictures had him in a bound up. Okay, let's just see if I can find a picture of a dame I did here.
Oh, I haven't said hello to Cash. Hi, Cash.
Hey, Park, how are you, man?
I'm a bit under the weather. I'm a bit sick, but that's okay. But how did your dates go? I'm very curious. Unless that was mentioned in another stream.
It was mentioned, and it's not dates. It's not plural. It's just singular. It was just one. The other one is tomorrow.
The other one.
Okay. I apologize.
Okay.
And the one which happened, it didn't really feel like a date.
Okay. It felt more like friends.
Yeah, more like friends catching up after a couple of years.
Okay, I
And
understand
also,
that.
we might end up working together in a project. So, let's not mix professional and personal lives.
I agree.
So I will show you the picture if you want to see.
Oh, Pia, don't show the nude picture of me, Pia.
Here's the guy from Mumbai.
Whoa! You might get demonetized.
I'm not getting.
Is that a guy or a girl?
That's the guy from Mumbai.
Nudity is forbidden from YouTube, just so you know.
Just pretend that this is
allegedly
nude. No, these are ones and zeros on a screen. It's hardly nude.
I love it.
So to pretend I'm an art historian and I'm looking at a picture of
yes, Frederick, I know Pia isn't monetized, but I'm going to help him with his channel to get it flourishing.
I don't know where the picture. I did do a picture of someone that had really beautiful boobs, but they also had a big old dick.
Oh my God, look at all those penises. Holy shit. It looks like my phone.
It looks like your phone. Does your phone have a penis?
I spend a lot of time on Reddit, and when I find a pretty
thing, so here's a guy that I drew. Now let me just show you this picture. He's naked, as you can see, but he's a conductor. He and I said, could you conduct naked? Can you show me poses? I guess you can't see this because it's horizontal. It'll be small. So just, so he got out a a record or whatever, and he conducted, and he put the phone on the ground and looked, aimed up at him as he was conducting, and I thought these were quite lovely.
Yeah, I like them.
And
Conducting what? Music?
he's a classical musician, conductor, classical
Oh,
conductor from,
That's my guy.
and he's he conducts actual orchestras. And there's another guy that I've also drawn who's a conductor. I'm trying to find the picture of the girl with the boobs. Oh, okay.
Just for Mitch.
Just for Mitch. Okay, but I have to cover something up.
Well, it's for me too.
It's for
Yes.
you too. Okay, just a second.
You got to cover the vajayjay.
No, I'm covering the. Oops. There we go. Look at those boobs.
We can't see anything.
Hold on. Hold on, just a minute. I have to cover up the part that
I know.
you don't want to see. The part you don't want to see. Whoops. Part of it.
Hey, you got to move to your right.
The part we don't want to see or YouTube doesn't want to see.
The part that neither one of you want to see.
Oh, I don't care. I like boobs. There you go, Mitch. There's some titties.
But there's also that.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So it's
I ruined it for you.
male to female. Awesome. Nothing wrong
Not
with
much
that.
of a not much of a difference when Pierre put a finger there. It almost looked like what he was covering.
So, and I've also drawn the other way around, where I was drawing essentially a woman who's going to end up as a man, I think. So there was the vajayjay going on, plus the boobectomy had happened, and all sorts of fur was sprouting.
So all this was also asked by some client, or that was your imagination?
I know these are my imagination. I don't think of things like this. Here's the I can't. My imagination isn't good enough. I'm sorry, Effects and all, that I did this.
Was this asked by a man or a woman?
Both. in the case of the one that I showed you just now, that was done by a
two in one.
A 2-in-1.
And the one before that.
And the one before that was another 2-in-1.
Oh.
But one looked like I think the male junk. I don't think they can make that as realistic looking as they did there. So I think in that case it was a male that was moving toward female-dom by having some sort of breast stuff added. And the other one where there was no junk, and the female bits, from what I think they look like, they looked real and not homemade, and there were these big scars underneath what would have been the bottom of the breasts, where material had been removed.
Well, I hope you got paid for at least these ones.
I didn't get paid for those either. I was happy to do them because I'm a nice guy. But I have gotten paid for doing some drawings.
But nice guys also gotta pay their bills. You gotta realize that.
Nice guys do have to pay their bills. Where did Schiavello go?
I think it's time you realize that and start asking people to pay you.
Okay, I think that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
But again,
next time somebody asks you to do it for free, just think about the electricity bill that you haven't paid.
Okay. I will do that. I'll say, if I do this for you on my iPad, I need to pay my electric bill before the lights go out. So if you
Yeah,
want me to do it,
you
give
tell
me
them that I need to charge my iPad also, right? So I need
yeah,
electricity
I
for
have
that.
to charge my iPad and I have to feed my expanding gut. So
Whenever I get a project, the way I think is the minimum amount of fees that I'll charge is 1 month of my expenditure here in Mumbai.
oh,
Yeah, so
well,
each project, that's the minimum I've
that's where it
started
starts.
charging.
Whether it takes, okay, well, no, that's very good. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, you gotta take a stand, right, someday.
Yeah. Well, again, in many cases, uh, what I was showing you, what I was doing, I do for fun. I do for my own enjoyment and my own. It's like going fishing. I don't get paid to go fishing. I have to go to the tackle store and buy a fishing pole, and I have to buy worms, and then I sit at the end of the dock and I fish for an hour, and I might not catch anything, but I'm smiling. This is fun. And so that's important. And drawing, guys, is fun for me. I mean, it's sort of a hobby. Now, let me show you what I am charging for.
But
$150 because
I
it's
think I think the best part about being in an artistic career or a field is you do what you love and you get paid for it.
well,
It goes both
it is
ways.
true, but this is what I get paid for. I'm just going to show this very quickly. It's a return address for an envelope, and I designed a 2-letter monogram for this person, and I ended up they wanted to have the return address on the envelope made in that same kind of lettering, and the lettering that I made was kind of clumsy. It looked good. The monogram I designed looked good, but when I was thinking, well, how is this going to work when it has to say post office box, Montecito, California? It's going to look awful. So I spent 2 hours making that thing, which was painful. And I am getting paid for that. I'm getting paid for my pain. But when I'm drawing a hot guy, and I want to draw him again, I'm happy to spend a few minutes and entertain all of you guys. I didn't charge you to watch me do this, right? Frederick liked it, and Schiavello liked it. I realize Effextinol and Kesh would have preferred I drew a dame, but you guys enjoyed watching it. So, and I'm not charging tickets for this show. So, I mean, I like to keep things that I enjoy doing. I don't have to make money on things that I enjoy doing. The pen repair that I do, the pen sales, I would make 5 times as much money for the hours I spend selling a pen to Effextinol if I worked at McDonald's. The money I paid for the pen, fixing the pen, the hours I spent selling the pen, I would make more money working at McDonald's, and I'd probably get health insurance. So, but I enjoy fixing pens, and I enjoy getting a pen in the hands of people. So, I'm doing this for fun. If I charged money for it, Kesh, I don't think I'd enjoy it. So that's where I'm coming from.
I don't think you would enjoy living without electricity as well.
That's probably true. I'm going to get some drawings I did of actual drawings on paper I did of naked ladies.
Okay.
So that you people will
Well, if you plan to show it full on, then you probably might as well delete this broadcast later on.
No, they're beautiful drawings. They're not.
But nudity is nudity, right?
Well, no, because paintings and things like that aren't a violation of YouTube's terms and conditions, but having an actual photo of, say, breasts, a vagina, or a penis, or sexual interactions that is a real image is a violation of the terms and conditions.
So what's wrong with you, Parker, today? What happened?
So I've got nodules on my vocal cords, and I've been dealing with it for about, I don't know, 6 years, but they're really inflamed to like, I don't know, I'm not going to say golf ball, like a golf ball, no. But they're very enlarged, like nodules, and they rub against each other, and they make my voice sound like this, and to the point where I have no voice. But I'm going to have them removed, but then I may have to, there's always a risk, because I will have to learn how to speak again, how to sing again, which is quite devastating. Because I've worked so hard on my singing voice.
How often does this happen?
I would say every 3 months, and it's only because I've neglected my health in a sense. And so now I'm being very proactive with all the other bits and pieces of me, and not just focusing on one thing with the doctor, but actually being like, well, I have this, and yeah, it's quite painful. Quite painful.
Okay, guys, ready? Let's see if I can do this. Oops.
Vexinol, it's your point. I mean, I don't know what I was saying. Vexinol, it's your time.
So shouldn't you be taking a vocal rest when this happens to you?
Yes, but I've got forced to come on stream.
Yeah, so you could just watch it, rather than speaking if it hurts you.
Yeah, I know, but I get frustrated with the typing, and I'm like, these motherfuckers aren't reading my messages, and so I just, come online.
There's a dame. I find a better dame here for you, but oh, here's some boobies.
Oh, Mitch, what do you think about that?
So are they imagination or
No,
real?
these are actual dames that I actually paid this lady to pose. It was part of there was a group in my building that were doing life drawing classes, and
Oh, wow.
this woman came into the actual studio and posed. And
Oh, that's a studio.
huh?
Is that a studio?
Oh, this was. I mean, I call my house a studio, but
Okay.
So these are the dames. Oh, this is a dame with big boobs.
She's okay.
They were really sort of boobs on this one.
So I have a very honest sort of a question.
Yeah.
Are these women more comfortable posing like this because you are not straight, or would they be similarly comfortable with somebody straight if they are professional enough?
If they're professional enough, I think they wouldn't mind. They were posing for 1 to 4 women and me. So, and they were perfectly fine posing. Here's another dame.
But I will say that women posing for like a gay photographer or anything like that, it's easier for them to relax and get into the motion of modeling because they know that they're not being preyed upon in a predatory way. Does that make sense, Pia?
It does. I mean, there are some models. I mean, I had a big argument with the woman that ran these classes because we had a show of these drawings, and I said, well, I also draw guys, and I draw guys not because I pay them to pose, but I draw guys because they want to pose. So I showed some of the drawings of very naked men, and she said, as it were, and she said, your drawings are too nude. And I said, what the hell do you mean by that? You know, and they didn't have erections, but they had junk. And I drew the junk just like I drew the boobies here, you know. They're, you know, so but we had a big argument. Oh, that's a guy. Sorry,
Yes.
guys.
Yes.
Another guy.
excellent.
So, but we had this big argument about it, and I said, you know, I'm drawing guys that want to be drawn, and they want to be naked, and
But
they
these women, they are from your building, right? So they've known you long enough.
the women that, well, they knew me long enough. I mean, the woman that, not the lady that posed, but the artist that was organizing the show, she knew me and she knew I was gay and everything. But she said, when we draw the figure, she teaches classes as well. She said, when we draw the figure, we tell the model that they are not objectified. They are not seen as a sexual object. So, and I said, well, why do you do that? I mean, we humans, you know, have come down from the trees and we know how to make clothes and we wear clothes because we can and because it's wintertime out. If you take your clothes off, why not see what the body is, which is a sexual
Being.
creature? And, you know, if you're posing in such a way that your junk or your boobies or whatever are seen, why don't I draw them? You know. Anyway, she was upset and about the drawings I did, and I said, I tell you what, I'll put them in a book, and I'll have the book closed, and if people want to open the book, there'll be a little warning saying that these nude drawings are really nude. You know.
Well, Frederick says perhaps the woman was related to the Pope.
All related to the Pope.
No. We were once in a drawing class, and there was a guy posing, and the model in between breaks, there would be maybe 2 breaks in the 2 hours where the model, people could, you know, have a cigarette or whatever, drink water or go to the bathroom, and the model would put on his robe, and he'd wait until we all got back. Then the model was taking off his robe, and the teacher said, could you just hold it there? Because his robe was sort of half on and half off. And he did the pose for a bit, and he said, I really felt uncomfortable doing that, because there was something about the disrobing, which to him, as a model, was more sexual than being entirely naked. And but anyway, the thing about life, this is called life drawing when you draw naked people. And life drawing is you're supposed to look at the model and understand how the muscles work and how the bone structure works by somehow seeing that under the skin. But for me, most life drawing model poses are really boring. You know, they pretend to be holding a vase or throwing a javelin or doing something, you know, that people did on Greek vases 2,000 years ago. And I said, if I go to the bar and sit down at a table and look at the people drinking beer at the bar, and they're all wearing winter coats and everything else underneath, that is more lively than this person holding still pretending to carry an invisible bucket. And she laughed at that. She said, it's probably true. And I said, okay, so I'm drawing guys. Let me go back to what I'm doing. I'm drawing guys that are showing off their naked body in a way that they enjoy. Can't I draw that? What's wrong with me drawing that? So anyway, it was just oh, hi, Will Hodge. It was just an interesting
Hi, Will Hodge.
it was just an interesting difference of how you see the figure. Normally a model, when a model is posing for an artist, there can be an understanding where you're not drawing, you're not getting your kicks out of scribbling on a piece of paper while this person is naked in front of you. But there are, women that pose with their clothes on, and they're posing for lipstick, or they're posing for, in front of a car. They present themselves as if they were sexy. They make themselves sexier and more attractive sexually to sell the stupid car. So that, in my sense, is more, even though they have their clothes on, they're more sexually, they're trying to drive you and Effextinol to buy that car by sticking a pretty girl in front of it. And if you want to be honest, most people driving that car probably are fat and dumpy, but they don't show them. They show the pretty girl, or they show the handsome man with all the muscle.
But guys in the chat also, they are discussing the fact that maybe a lot of guy photographers, get into this field, so that they have the access, they can sort of
people can, there are enough people on this planet that love being naked in front of other people. They don't have to be a professional to see.
Yeah, that's true. But my point is, how people would take up this profession, so that they get closer to prettier women and models, and they
well, yeah. So if I was,
they see, they see them in that sort of sexual perspective, and prey upon that. So do you think that same way, even the female models would also be somewhere seducing, or inviting them, or because you cannot clap with one hand. There could be cases where females are also at fault.
Yes. Well, anyway, it is interesting the degrees of where does a nude drawing become erotic, and then when does that drawing become pornographic, and when does a model start seducing the artist, which also happens. Let me tell you, I'm an artist, and
has it happened with you then?
People that are very interested in trying to lure me closer for the close-up. So it's a very funny position to be in, and I enjoy it. And part of it is fun. If it was just work and I got paid for it, I would say, okay, if I'm going to pay you to pose for me to make a drawing, you're going to have to hold that very uncomfortable pose for the next 3 hours. And good luck. Even sitting down on a chair reading a book is hard to do for 3 hours. You can have little breaks.
But then you enjoy it only as long as they don't really come on to you strongly.
No, I don't dislike it. They can do it. I can always say no. I can always turn the camera off. I can always, block their profile if I don't like it. I'm old enough that things don't really bother me very much.
Amen.
So they would have bothered me when I was 28 or 30, 35, but they don't bother me now.
So you also do not mix business with pleasure.
I was just doing it. You were telling me I should charge for this. So my business of making beautiful art, I'm
No,
doing
I mean,
free, and I'm doing
I,
it for fun. Oh, you mean the
I,
actual like getting dirty myself and
yeah,
climbing
yeah,
all over the model?
yeah, yeah.
I've done that. I know how to do that. But usually the people that are
Look at Parker.
there are yes, I know Parker's having his little meltdown, but he's just having. But I can do that too, and I have done that. And again, that I don't take advantage of the model. The model wants that to happen. Or you want to raise a question, Mr. Schiavello?
Schiavello is thinking, on one hand, I'm thinking how to flourish Pierre's channel, and on the other hand, look at the conversations being happening.
I mean, do you make them sign an NDA prior?
No.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
well.
Again, the people that I used to draw in person when they would come to my house using AOL chat room, I've drawn hundreds and hundreds of guys here in person. My couch could tell you lots of stories.
I don't want to sit on it.
You don't have to sit on the couch. I have a new couch now, but the couch I used to have could tell lots of stories. And the thing is, they knew that, in my profile on these things, I say I like drawing guys, and here are the drawings I've done. And on my profile, there were pictures of the drawings I've done of guys, and people say, gee, I really want to pose for you. Not just to see the drawing I do, but to have me show the drawings I do to complete strangers. They get the people that I draw generally are exhibitionists. If you look at a profile on Instagram, and if you see 5,000 pictures of someone's food that they take pictures of, you know that they like food. If you see them showing 5,000 pictures of what they look like in the smallest string bikini, you know that they want people to see them essentially naked. And when you post on your Instagram account, Kesh, your music, you want people to see listen to
my
your
voice.
music. You're not charging money for them to see it and listen to it, but you want.
Yeah, but then I'm not creating something original. I'm just usually on Instagram I'm posting covers for famous songs.
Yeah, well, I know that, but I mean, you like people to watch it, and they don't have to. I mean, people do exactly what you're doing on Instagram, and they do get paid for it. They've set up at some bar that gives concerts, and they charge money to get in. The bar keeps half of it, and they give half of it to you, or whatever the percentage is. So again, I don't think we can draw an exact line anywhere between any of this stuff anymore. It's very fuzzy. And so I'm going to get more coffee, because my coffee went cold while I was sitting here drawing hot things.
You can have a cold brew.
So I'll be right. I've missed all of the conversation, but it does sound like we're having.
I'll just join from my iMac. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
I'll be right back.
Well, Pia, I would really like you to draw me for Frederick's birthday.
Oh, just so he doesn't know that this is happening.
Oh, it's not happening.
Hi, Frederick.
Allegedly.
So, Parker.
Yes.
How do you intend to help Pierre in flourishing his YouTube channel?
No comment at this point in time, because it's a bit of a tacky kind of question, where it's yeah, like there's money involved. So
Hmm. No, I'm asking because even my channel is quite new, and I would love to have some suggestions or some tips. How do I go about it?
yes, I mean it's all
I'm not sure
about
if you have I'm not sure if you have seen my channel or the content on my channel.
not posting content to your YouTube channel consistently, like every single day, twice a day. It it's better to do it every 3 days, um, due to YouTube's algorithm.
Hmm.
Um, um, and having videos that are longer than I think it's 10 minutes, because if it's 10 minutes and over, you can add a lot of ads, like advertisements, into those videos.
But for
Um,
that, I need to be monetized first, right?
yes, you can be monetized. Anyone can be monetized once they hit 1,000 subscribers.
No, I've hit 1,000 subscribers, but then it's also asking me that another requirement is 4,000 hours of watch time.
Oh, okay, right, okay. I didn't know they implemented
That's a bigger
that.
headache because 1,000 subscribers is still easier to get, but 4,000 watch hours, it's especially being a musician because my songs are like what 3 minutes, 4 minutes, so it doesn't really accumulate to 4,000 hours very quickly.
Yes, I mean, I agree.
I
Wow.
like effects and all. I love Escher too. I've done a lot of tessellating pattern designs, and it's really quite fun. And uh, so I'm just, and I've done them with monograms where I'll create a pattern with monograms that will be a screen saver for people, my niece and nephew. Um,
And
uh,
Parker, you said that it's better that you post videos every 3 days, but then here is doing the opposite thing. He goes live 3 times a day.
yeah, or more, yeah.
But the difference is
Let me
that
see if
P
I can find one effects and all.
is
See if I
going
can.
live. Live is a completely different thing than to uploading a video.
But this also gets uploaded on his channel, right?
What?
Eventually, it does. Yes,
Yeah,
This video? Yeah, it gets.
it
yeah. It's
takes a
just not. Yeah, it's just not streaming live. It's also getting uploaded there every day, right? So
Yes, yes.
yeah.
You.
so
Oh, God
I,
damn
I
it!
would Google it, and there's even a book about how to make your YouTube channel flourish, and product placement and so on and so forth. Like if you get people sponsoring you, such as the microphones AKG, sponsoring you for your microphones. It's things like that, where it can start to build up and up and up.
yeah, I know. If somebody goes to Amazon and buys it, then the YouTuber would get some sort of commission out of it.
Yes.
Okay, guys. This is the wallpaper pattern I made using for my niece with her initials, and her initials are S. What the fuck are J G? Sydney Jane Gustafson. So let me just show you what they look like without the tessellation. This one doesn't really interact as much as they could, but let me just see if I can.
Yes, Mighty Mouse, making money is a lot of work. It is a lot of work.
File, new, edit, paste.
Making money is a lot of work, but here is a nice guy and he doesn't want to make money. He just wants to.
I just want to draw dick. So here's SJG. In a in the monogram I made for her. So, Affextinol, what are your initials? Your 3 initials. I'm just going to show you what I do when I sort of think about
Well,
monograms.
what about me?
Well, Affextinol was the one that talked about seeing the monograms. I can do yours if you want.
Screw effects and all.
He says his initials are MJF.
MJF. Okay, so the J is the middle name. So let's see how I would do that.
Just kidding, effects and all.
So the M, I did a bunch for my ex-boyfriend whose name was MJS. So my brain is going toward how they look. But so we've got an M and a J. J is an M and a J are almost symmetrical. And an F goes the other way. So we could do an F.
So are M and J similar to what you did for your ex-boyfriend?
I'll show you what I did for him. So here's a lowercase f, which isn't exactly what I would do necessarily. And there's a lowercase j. Well, a j. It could have a dot on it to be lowercase. So here you have this S shape made of the F and the J together. And then the M can go like this, or it can go like this, or can do all sorts of things. So let me show you the ones I did for, I mean, this is just one idea that I would have. I could do other things as well, but let me show you the ones I did for Mark, my ex-boyfriend, because I just had fun. I did like 50, and it was just really, really fun. Again, he wasn't paying me. He never used them.
Yeah, but then he's your boyfriend. Why would he pay you?
He's my boyfriend. MJS.
Is TPM your ex-boyfriend?
No.
Okay, so I just assumed the M.
Okay, so here is some of these are MS and some are MJS. So let me just make this get bigger. So start at the beginning, and these aren't in any particular order. But here was, I thought, let's say Mark ended up with a very fancy villa in Venice. He could have a wrought iron fence made with an M, an S, and an M.
Where's the J?
There's no J in this one. Here's another M and an S. Let's say he owned or he liked to do weaving,
Looks
so that
like a trumpet.
Huh?
Looks like a trumpet.
This? Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Okay. This one, if he was a jeweler, this could be a cut stone. So here, it's hard to see what the letters are, but there's an M here, a J here, and an S here. Here you see them colored. So there you see the red S, the blue M, and the green J.
Okay, guys, I gotta catch up with some work now. So
okay, well, you be good. Here's another MS without the J.
Take care, Parker.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Cash.
Take care of your wife.
Here's another MJS, S and M. There's an M here, I guess. That's an M. Mark Stearns. MJS. Here, let's say he played the guitar. So here's a J, here's an S, and there's the M. An M. This is sort of Escher-like. An M and an S. and they're interwoven like a MJS in a little heart. Fleur-de-lis is a MJS. Well, anyway, so these are what I did for him, and I just was up at his house over the weekend, and I just sort of played with these, and here's the fingerprint. So he had a rug in his house. He had a Persian or an Oriental rug, and the center of it had this. So I ended up taking a photograph of it, and I added his initials onto this. And this is what he uses as his screensaver on his phone. So you see the M and the S. And I made it look like it was woven. So you see. So here's a whole bunch. There's a Christmas tree with his initials, a coat of arms. So anyway, it's a lot of fun. So whatever. So what would I do with what are your initials, Schiavello?
I am PTS.
PTS, okay. Well, I'm
Might as well.
PSG, so I've done some PSGs before, so I know the PS routine. But the
So
P,
you might as well add a D on the end. PSTD. Hold on. PSTD. Hold on.
No, so
PTSD.
PTS, right?
Yes, PTS.
So, and the S is for men, usually the last name is the thing that's important. So I might make the S like this. The P, no, I don't want to do that. Maybe make it the T.
I actually don't have a middle name.
Okay, well.
So the T and the S are kind of hyphenated. So, but we can just pretend it's my middle name, the T.
Okay. So the P could go like this. The S could go like this. I once did a monogram for someone, and their name was I and an S. And they wanted it in Roman, not in script, but in Roman lettering, an I and an S. And I said, it's going to look like a $sign. Do you want it to look like a $sign? And they said, it doesn't bother us. And I said, okay. Well, so I did it, and they said, it looks like a $sign. And I said, yes, I know. I told you that. So here's an S. I don't know if you can see.
Mm-hmm.
The big S. And I sort of like the fact that there's rigidity sort of in the middle of these things, but there's also these fun little curves. So the T, the T is going to be hard because I don't like things when there's too many crosses in the way, too many things overlapping at the same time. So maybe I would do the T like this. But again, that's sort of turning it into a weird $sign. So PTS, I could do it in script. P. S, maybe. Don't like that. Maybe I'd do this. P and an S and a T would be. Again, the S and the two verticals of the P and the T end up making it look kind of like a $sign. So anyway, that would which for the Bank of Schiavello, that's not bad.
Ugh.
should I do a drawing of you, Schiavello, right here in your little sick bed? So here you have here's the cover. I actually sort of like this composition because you've got the headboard is here, the pillow is here. You've got these lines of rectangles of, here's your hand. And right here, you've got your little head, your little mustache, and your little nose. Your little lock. And your earbud cord.
Oh yeah, I mean, ugh. I mean,
Earbud cords are important. The guy from Mumbai that I've drawn, I used to when I drew him 10 years ago, he was always had his earbuds in his little cords, and the little white cord of his earphones was an important part of the drawing that I did of him. So here you are. You're in your, and then what I would do is maybe have the creases in the pillow, which you don't really see. I might pretend they're there, so it looks like your head is radiating. What do you think?
I think it's spot on. I look perfect.
Spot on. Okay. Add to shopping cart, $1 million. Okay. So who is in the room here? We've got 9 people in the room watching me draw boobies and.
Hi, 9 people. How are you all?
What I'm gonna do right now is send the guy with the back and the rope and the Blumpkin issue happening without the Blump part. It's just he was just being.
I don't need.
He was just serving lunch, as Frederick said. So I'm just gonna send him the pictures I just drew of him. Oh, there's another guy. This other model wants to watch me draw him from a picture he sent. So I will do that. You'll watch me draw on paper. But he wants to watch. Let me just do this. Okay. Here's pictures he sent. Okay, whatever. Yeah, okay, whatever. I can't do that. It's fine. Send. Okay. My movie was to. Let me see if I can stream live on my Instagram, and you can watch me draw. Oh, here's the. It's snowing in London.
It sure is.
This is a English, Israeli native living in London, and he's another composer.
Just so you know, I posted my first ever photo on Instagram.
Oh, well, I'll have to look.
And it's just a photo of me. I mean, how stuck up can I be?
You can be just as stuck up as you want. In my let's see how it looks here.
Parker Schiavello.
I know. I'm just trying to find where the. There you are. There you are. Look at you. How cute you are.
I'm not cute.
You're. It's funny seeing you in black and white, though.
Yeah.
It's just very. It's so different, and you have. It looks like you have a lot more hair going on in this picture.
I did. I had a lot of hair.
So it was an old picture.
This is probably. When did it say? It was 9th of July 2020.
Okay. Well, that was a while back. Okay. I'm not sure. I was banned on
Yep.
from my whatever this is. What's it called? Instagram, for showing inappropriate stuff, and I censor all of the dirty drawings I post.
Exactly.
So, like, what's not to like about, what's to complain about? I'll show you effects and all what I do. So here were.
But before that, just before that, I'm gonna say bon voyage
To who?
to you.
Me?
Yeah, like I'm gonna say goodbye.
Oh, you're leaving now? Okay.
I'm gonna do a Russell.
Oh, you. God. That's such a good imitation of him.
Like, because you look like a lost puppy, and it was
I
just.
know. You know, a little bye. You have to hold your shoulder with your left hand has to hold your shoulder because he wants to make sure it's still there, and then he waves goodbye with his other hand. There we go. Yeah, that's good. Russell, you got banned from AOL. You must have been doing some really bad things. So here's a perfectly censored.
I'm getting off the stream.
Okay, here's a perfectly censored
Bye,
drawing.
everyone.
Here's a perfectly censored drawing that
Bye.
doesn't show anything bad. See, I'm covering everything up with little smiley faces. There's no badness in this drawing. See? All of the drawings I show are G-rated and censored. I know I'm going to hell. Sometimes the smiley faces completely fill up the picture. Damn them. Okay. Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, for a picture. Let me just see. Does this guy it's another English model. If Kesh is here, he'll get upset with me. But it takes me 10 minutes to draw the drawings that I do on paper. So let me just see if I can. Let's pretend I want to broadcast here. How do I even do that? Live. Go. Opening connection. I'm now live. I'm now live on this. So it does work. And now. So if he wanted to watch me draw him live on paper. And I do draw just as fast on paper as I do on the iPad. So some people like that. I don't necessarily have a thing for them, but these people find me. I draw people from Canada. I draw people from India. Let me show you this. Let me show you a picture of this guy that really is a great model, and he also is a magnificent sculptor, and his sculptures look just like his drawing. his pictures, and the poses he takes look just like the things. And he's here. You're not going to see anything bad, but he takes these very convoluted poses where his body is all twisted and torqued, and it's just a pleasure to see how he can make his body do that. In the sculptures he makes, he sculpts both men and women doing poses that look like they would be impossible for a human to take, and they're just beautiful to see. Oh, Russell posted something on something. Russell texted me just now. Oh, okay. It's a musical thing. Okay, let me just, where am I going? What am I trying to do? I'm trying to do this. Get rid of that. Search Apollo New, APOLO New. So this guy, the sculptor who's also a model, he takes really amazing selfies, I guess is the right word. Really, really fun poses. I don't care what the model looks like. I've drawn all sorts of people in all different sizes and shapes. I just want what I want is that I want the lighting to be good. I don't want to look at them with light coming from the camera source, because that's the autopsy table. I've drawn big, round, fat people. I've drawn really, really skinny people. Russell is really, really skinny. And I've drawn him. I've drawn young people. I've drawn old people, smooth people, furry people. All I want is their pictures to have lighting that shows drama. Lighting from the side, wherever the side is here. I've changed my lighting around, so it's hard to do that. No, yeah, lighting is important. This lighting right now on my face sucks, because I've got a light and a light coming from two different places. If I turn off the computer and turn off this light, see, this is good lighting. This is the kind of lighting I like to draw, because it shows contrast and shadows and fun, and my face turns into angles and shapes. Here I look like I'm on the autopsy table, pretending to be Scorsese. Oh, this guy is here, he's ready to watch. Okay. Hi. Oh, wow. I got another amazingly beautiful pose from the guy from England. I just drew. You could grate hard cheese on his abdomen. And it's lit, his abdomens. I'll just show you a part of the abdomens, and I'm not going to show you anything that's dirty. See, this is good lighting. You know, there's light and there's dark. The picture of the guy with his camera under the covers was not good. This guy's good. So let me see if the guy that wanted me to draw him, oh, he was typing. Where is he? I can draw you. I can draw from your picture now if you want. If you want. Okay, so let me get a picture from him, because this guy also has very nice abs. So let me find a picture that I can draw. Oh, this other British guy is sending me all sorts of pictures now. So let me just. I'm sorry this is taking so long. Yeah, well, you know, film. I realize that, you know, film is being made now for people who I'm trying to find a picture that I want to draw of this guy. I'll draw this one. Okay, so I've got the picture that I'm drawing in front of me. And now let me turn on my, this is going to be difficult because I'm going to be hand holding my camera. So this is going to be interesting to see if it even works. To get some paper and some pencils. Okay, I'm going to draw two guys here. The two different British models that I just talked to, because one guy's keep on sending me stuff. So let me just say that I'm going to draw him. Cowboy hat. Okay, so here I start. Okay, so here I go. Ready to go? Ready to go. You ready? You people ready? Okay, how do I start this thing? Go there, go live, opening connection, turn this down. Okay, so here I'm hoping that this paper is not going to. I'm hand holding the camera here, guys, so I hope it doesn't swivel too much. But so anyway, this guy is wearing cowboy stuff. He's holding a saddle. He's got jeans and boots and stirrups and all sorts of fun stuff. And then he has big old 10-gallon hat up here. Forehead, nose, ear, neck, chest, ab number 1, ab number 2, navel with a little navel ring right there, ab 3. Oh my God, his jeans are unbuttoned and unzipped. How did that happen? How on earth? You can't go out of the house like that. Okay. So the light is coming from this side, kind of going that way, and kind of from the front, but there's also, lighting coming from above, and there's a lot of shadows coming from different sources. So there's more than one light source on this one. And you've got the plaid shirt. Over on this side, you see his opposable thumb, and he's holding a English riding saddle. Well, that's funny for a cowboy. Are there cowboys in? Oh, he is English, so I suppose there are cowboys enough in England. And then in the background here, there's light. And then on this side, he's holding, oh shit, I'm right. This side, he's holding the stirrups, and then the metal bits of the stirrups, bridles or whatever they're called, or not stirrups, the thing you put around the horse to stick in his mouth to make him go left when you pull left. The reins and the bridle, I guess they're bridles. Okay, back to the washboard abs. Hey, Mikkel. Talking to other. That's supposed to be your eyelid. Suddenly turned into a very, I guess it's okay. Then he's got his hat here. What do you think? Where are my hearts? Where are the hearts that are supposed to happen, you people? all this work I'm doing. There's the hearts. That's what I want. I want those hearts. Okay, so that's this guy. Now we'll switch and draw the other guy. Just have to let him know that I'm going to draw him now. Go to my other device and watch the replay. Okay, this other guy is at work, but he has all sorts of abs. And he knows how to do good lighting. I like that. Oh, you're watching. Okay, so I'm going to draw this abs for days. And sculpted is just one word to describe what these are like. There are other words that I can also use to describe them, but sculpted is the one I'm using. Howdy, partner. Oh, thanks, Will. Okay, let's see. I think I need a little tiny bit more light here. Okay. So here is, I'll let you get your bearings in 1 second. Here's a shoulder. A vein in the upper arm. Vein in the lower arm. Nurses must love this guy because they don't have to look too hard to find this stuff. Right here is a nipple. And what's neat about this particular, because this guy knows how to take a picture, either the model or the photographer, there's the shadow of the nipple right here. So that adds, I mean, this is something that most people wouldn't think about doing, but if you see this thing happening, you take a picture. You know, you don't wait. Take it right then. And then right here, there's this little light thing, and then he has a little outie going on there. Navel is an outie. An outie. You've got his leg here. Okay, then what do we have here? We have, see now this, right now, this doesn't look much like a figure, right? Chiseled is the right word, yes, chiseled. You know, these bodies that look like they, you know, grow in caves with the large crystalline rocks. That's what this guy's body looks like. So you've got this arm coming down here and all the same number of veins. Nurses, when I give blood, the nurses, like, you know, it's like they can't find any pulse. I think they think I'm already dead. Okay, you see the shadow of his, the dark side of his hand. There's a little bit of highlight, just a little tiny bit on his leg. Background is light. Running out of pencil here. There's a thumb and an index finger, a little thumbnail right there. So you've got these three little lines, three little highlights. Thumbnail, navel, nipple. Now, what about the junk, you're saying? Where's the junk? We paid our money. Let's see the junk. Well, get your mind out of the gutter. It'll come. But I'm not going to draw the junk. And you're saying, well, I paid money to see this junk. What do you mean you're not going to draw it? I'm not going to draw the junk. I am not going to draw the junk. But I'm going to draw the background. So there. I'm going to get out of it by, here's the leg, here's the background. Oops. Here's the leg. Here's the leg. The background. The background is light. I'm drawing the background. I'm not drawing the junk. What do you think? I'm just making one line. Can I make one line? 3 lines. Okay, 3 lines. That's as much as you're going to get for the junk. This is all in dark. Hand here. Again, if I had my phone on a mount and I could move the paper around with one hand and then draw with the other hand, I think this would look a little bit better than it does. But what's interesting about this drawing, or about this pose and this lighting, is these big, sharp angles. And sometimes I draw very delicately, where I'm drawing just barely touching the paper, like I'm using a really fine accountant nib pen, and I'm making really, really delicate lines. And other times I just am beating the paper to death here. And part of the reason I'm doing that on this particular drawing is that the chiseledness of the actual body is sort of inspiring me to do that kind of drawing. When I'm drawing a pudgy, if I'm doing a selfie, drawing a self-portrait, which I've done, I don't have that chisel-y look. So I try to focus on curves and shadows and stuff. So how did I fuck this up? Well, I made this a little wrong here. That shape is a little wrong. Anyway, another vein right there. If a mosquito landed right there, right on that little vein, the mosquito would just, enlarge to the size of a basketball and then explode, because the blood would completely rush in. And you used to look like this. There's a favorite scene in a Simpsons cartoon where Homer is in front of the mirror, and this is what he sees. And it's very funny. See you later. Okay, how do I stop this thing? X. And now. Share to IGTV. Next. Draw. Post. Now you have a dad bod. Well, the first model in the cowboy just texted me saying he thought that was fun. And let's see if the other guy, he's saying, I'll have to find a shadowy nude for you with good lighting. See? People, they're flocking to me. So anyway, it's fun. And if anyone was offended by watching me draw naked men, I'm sorry about that. It's sometimes what I do. And my title of this video was vague enough that anything can happen. Where's my coffee? Oh, there are many people that find offense at many things out there, as you know, Frederick. And art is can be offensive, which is too bad. Somehow carrying a gun and shooting people is okay, but drawing a picture of a naked man or a naked woman is offensive. So, well, I do draw. I've been drawing all my life. I'm 64, so, and I've been drawing, the first 20 years of my life, my drawings were very boring, I think. But I learned how to move a pen, and I learned how to look at things. I just didn't know how to make them interesting. So these days, I'm able to draw in sort of many different styles, and partly because of what I do for money. When someone says, I want you to draw our house, but I want it to look like this drawing, and they'll show me a drawing from a children's book that has sort of bright, happy colors and big windows and puffy smoke coming out of the chimney and things like that. So I'll draw like that. Or someone will say, I really love the way Botero draws. No one's actually said this to me, but I'll pretend they did. I love the way Botero draws the figure with these 5,000-pound bodies with little tiny heads stuck on them. And I'll say, okay, well, I can draw you that way if you want. I'll have to take off a little weight. No, I'm joking. But I'm a good mimic. And Russell is good too. He's not mimicking, but he knows how to draw in so many different styles that it's just amazing to see him draw. And he and I sort of share that ability to pick a style and draw that way. And I've learned finally, maybe 20 years ago, that I've learned that I don't have to draw exactly. I can draw sort of calligraphically. The straight lines of a house portrait, which I often have to do, I could actually make them be fun. Before Trump bought Mar-a-Lago, I had done a number of drawings of Mar-a-Lago for weddings, and some of them are really boring, but that's what they wanted. They wanted a realistic drawing of Mar-a-Lago, and some of them, I guess I drew these for myself because, I wanted it to look like this was going to be a fun wedding. I mean, Mar-a-Lago, the way I was being told to draw it was to make it look realistic and include every single window pane and every single tile on the roof. And it really deadens the building. So when I draw for myself, when I draw for money, it's painful. It hurts. It's like building a brick wall. You have to, or a stone wall. You have to move this big, heavy stone thing over here by next to the other big, heavy stone thing you moved. Then you have to apply the cement or whatever you're doing, and then wait for it to dry, and then bring the other one over. Whereas, I can play with stones and have fun by finding one that's light and flat, and I can throw it against the water. It'll skip, and so I want my drawings that I do for money to be more like I'm having fun. But most of the time, when I do things that are fun, they don't look stiff enough for these people that are hiring me. So they make it look stiff and dead. And I hate it. If I was famous enough for doing fun art, maybe I could get people to pay me to make a fun drawing of their house. Not that it isn't time consuming and it wouldn't be a lot of work, but it's more fun for me to do it. And I think it shows in the drawings I do. So I try to draw, not back to your question, Will, I try to make it look easy in the way I draw. And sometimes it's easier than others. Easy. But it's like Fred Astaire makes dancing look easy. Bing Crosby makes singing look easy. Because there's a relaxed quality about some of the dancing and some of the singing that they do, that it just makes you think, God, this must be so much fun. Well, it's a lot of work to be able to make it seem that way. So thus endeth the lesson. I need more coffee, I think. How long have I been? 2.5 hours I've been on here talking about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. So I think what I'm going to do is, I did have a client tell me that he's waiting for me to do the rest of his job, which is one of these jobs that isn't all that fun. It's to reproduce a drawing that I did for him for a project he was applying for. And because I built it in a certain way, I drew parts of it and scanned it into the computer, and drew other parts and scanned that in, and I built it digitally. Even though they were hand drawn, they were assembled digitally, so I could change things, because I always know when I'm dealing with any client that they're going to, oh, can you move that tree? Well, rather than throwing the entire drawing away, I'll just have the tree be a separate drawing and a separate layer. And so I didn't think the originals were needed, so I threw them all away. In one of my rare attempts to clean my house, I threw them away. And then he said he didn't get the job, but he has someone that wanted to buy the drawings. So I said, well, I think I threw them away, but I can redraw them. So it'll take me a half an hour to redraw this drawing. So it's not going to be a time-consuming thing, because I've already drawn it. It's already composed. The hours that went into making this digital version, I don't have to do. I just have to copy it. So, and I can still include some liveliness in it, because the person who's buying the drawing knows that the drawings that he's buying, he doesn't need to know that I'm redoing it. Don't tell him, shh, don't tell him. But he knows that the drawings that I made for Ted there was no real original. There were just parts of things. So he sort of understands that. Oh, me, what? Oh, Pierre, what's wrong, Schiavello? Schiavello. I am getting paid for this, by the way, the drawings I'm doing. I'm getting paid twice the amount of money that I paid for this computer that I bought from one of my neighbors 10 years ago. So I'm not getting nothing for this work. This lighting is horrible. I'm just telling you. You know that already, though, don't you? That's lighting is even worse, but I can do this. Anyway, I'm going to stop this stream now. I'll see you all in the funny papers on Instagram, and I'll be back here later. I just have to get a few things done before I can come back. Any last things people want to say? Did you enjoy your day today with me? Did I entertain? I'll take that deafening silence as a yes. I'll be back later. See ya. How do I make this thing stop? Oh, yeah, thank you. Thanks, Will. I know that you enjoyed the drawings I did for Pen World, and I'll have to find those and show those, because I think a lot of you pen people would like seeing some of the drawings I did originally for Pen World. Because I did have fun doing images for them. And I was my own boss then. I mean, I wasn't being paid for doing that either. I guess I was. At some point I was being paid by them, but Pen World, they allowed me, because they weren't paying me very much, they allowed me to essentially draw whatever I wanted to draw. So, okay. See you all later. Bye.